Supergirl just keeps getting stronger.
There is a civil war brewing. Pro-alien march has been organized.
Today, we take our planet back!
This whole event could turn into a powder keg.
Oh no.
Find the nearest alien hater and kill them!
So yes guys, welcome to the review for Supergirl Season 4, Episode 14, otherwise entitled Stand and Deliver, and this is following the fantastic Elite episode we had last week, which if you saw my review for that episode, you'll know that obviously I was very positive about that episode, and here we have the next episode following that up, and this was quite the intense episode of Supergirl. This was quite a lot to tackle, and it's had quite a lot of big moments in it, so let's dive into the review. First off, just to cover them and get them out of the way, the Elite and Manchester Black do return in this episode once again, and they are just phenomenal. As I mentioned last week, obviously I was doing a really big segment on them last week with the Elite and Manchester Black, but in this episode, while they have a slightly smaller role than what they had last week, this isn't like an Elite episode like last week, we still have a lot of stuff to deal with them, and I think they do a really good job of once again just establishing these characters, continuing to develop them, and just having them as fun presences on screen. I love David Ajala as Manchester Black. I like the hat. He gets a lot more to play here than Menagerie does, and I think that we get a lot of really cool moments that once again just prove that these characters are really worthy of being on this show and sticking around. And Ben Lockwood is now, of course, the head of Alien Affairs with the president, and now he is basically doing these rallies to kind of, promote his work and promote his views, what he's doing, and inspire people. And this is where we see that he has actually attempted assassination by him, which is actually caused by Manchester Black. So Manchester Black actually attempts to assassinate Ben Lockwood in front of everybody. It doesn't work. Supergirl does save him, but this does show that the tensions are rising. And this is what I really love about Supergirl in this back half and with this particular storyline, is that there are just three different things going on at once. They're all connected in one way, and I think it's really smart, really clever writing. What I really liked as well is Alex's storyline in this episode, is Alex is assigned by the president to protect Ben Lockwood, to basically be his bodyguard. And this was really interesting because obviously Alex just hates Ben Lockwood, does not want to be there, and Ben Lockwood completely knows that she hates him. So he just is completely reveling in all of it, completely playing off of it, and just the fact that he just knows how awkward of a situation she's in, being in that role. And again, just giving Alex that particular storyline I think works really well. Alex is one of the strongest characters on this show, so to keep giving her these awesome storylines is definitely something I appreciate. Now, this whole episode is basically building up to this big event at the end, which is this big rally. We have the aliens who are doing a peaceful protest against Ben Lockwood, who's trying to cause this sort of anti-alien rally, as he is trying to ban the Alien Amnesty Act, which was introduced, I believe, last season. So he's trying to stop that. So the aliens are trying to do a peaceful protest in order to stop that. And then we also have Manchester Black and the Elite coming in as a sort of interesting third party to kind of stir the pot. So this was a really big event that it was building up to, and I have to say I really like this. Not only was it kind of a cool little fight scene where we had people saving each other, we had Dreamer getting involved, Brainy was there, we also had John going after Manchester Black, James was even involved being a photographer, actually using his skills, which was nice to see. But this overall, just this fight scene I think works really well. Now, the only problem with all this is at the very end when we see all these aliens and things like that and all these humans trying to get out of this situation, they do something that a lot of TV shows and movies do, which is just a complete manipulation of emotion, and it just sucks. And it's in this particular scene, we have all this slow motion video of just people helping each other and also people fighting each other at the same time. And we have the song Mad World by Gary Jules playing in the background. One of the most sad and depressing songs in the history of the world. And we have that song playing over this scene. Really? Is that the best you got? Like, could we not have done without that? Like, we could have just had some actual score from Blake Neely to actually, show that scene rather than have Mad World play. Like, I think you could have had so many other songs. Even if you wanted to use a licensed piece of music, I think there's so many better choices than Mad World. Mad World is just so, again, it's such an obvious choice. And again, in terms of the lyrics of Mad World, yes, it does kind of work, but again, it's just because that song is so obvious. It just, when it came off, I kind of just rolled my eyes a little bit. And the episode ends with James leaving Catco after he actually gets a phone call. He goes to turn around to get that phone call, and he gets shot in the back. So that's where the episode ends. We see the episode with James on the floor after being shot. Is James dead? Probably not. I mean, we know that James's sister is being introduced this season. I think maybe next episode, or it might be the episode after. So we are getting James's sister, so it'd be weird to introduce his sister and not have him around, unless she comes around for the funeral or something like that. But like I say, I don't think James is dead. I don't think James is going to die. I mean, the way I look at it is you don't kill a character in a cliffhanger ending. If you're going to kill a character, you do it before the ending, and then you have, you know, a little bit of fallout from that, and then you really tackle the fallout in the next episode. You don't kill them on the final scene of the episode. It's just not the way TV normally works. So with that being said, I don't think James is dead. Also, Supergirl has never really killed a major character, like a major part of the cast. They've never actually killed anyone off, I don't think. So I don't know why they've changed that now by killing off James. I mean, yes, James is expendable, but I just don't think the way this was handled particularly suggests that James is dead and gone for good. Overall though, once again, Supergirl continues to deliver these really strong episodes. I'm really enjoying this back half of the season, which is something I would have never predicted I'd be saying at the first half of the season. So I have to say I'm really happy where Supergirl is going. I'm really happy where it's at right now. And if it continues on this path, if it continues on this particular journey, which could be leading to a national city civil war, I think this could be really interesting and something really, really fun. And as long as you keep the Elite around and matches the Black around and keep causing trouble, I think that this season is just going to end up actually potentially being the best season Supergirl has ever done, and that's saying quite a lot. So thank you guys for tuning into this episode of DC Central. If you want to see more DC content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload, and I hope to see you guys again next time.